Select the one sentence that best meets the requirements of standard written English. As we can see, the only difference between our choices is the different punctuation marks. With this in mind, let's take a look at each choice. A. JQ died at a care home in Sydney. He had lived in Australia since 1950. This choice separates the two clauses with a semicolon. A semicolon's job is to separate two independent clauses. As a quick review, an independent clause is a clause that includes a subject, predicate, and expresses a complete thought. And we do see that both of these clauses are independent. The subject of the first clause is JQ, with the predicate being died, and the subject of the second is he, with the predicate being had lived. As both of these clauses are independent, it would be appropriate to separate them with a semicolon. This being the case, this is likely our answer, but we can take a look at our remaining choices just to be sure. B. This choice uses a comma to separate these two clauses. However, using a comma to separate two independent clauses is incorrect, and results in what's called a comma splice. As a comma wouldn't be an appropriate punctuation mark to use to separate these independent clauses, we can mark this choice as incorrect. C. This choice separates the two independent clauses with a colon. A colon is primarily used following an independent clause and introduces lists, explanations, or examples. However, we don't see any of these as our second clause. It merely tells us more about JQ's life. As this wouldn't be an appropriate usage of a colon, we can mark this choice as incorrect. And D. Although we've already explained that connecting two independent clauses with a comma is incorrect, this choice changes the structure of the sentence a bit and adds a conjunction as well. Using a comma and conjunction to separate two independent clauses can be a grammatically correct method if the conjunction suits the meaning of the sentence. Here, our conjunction is yet, which functions similarly to but in the sense that it negates what was previously said. However, our second clause, he had lived in Australia since 1950, does nothing to negate the first clause, that JQ died at a care home in Sydney. As yet wouldn't be the proper conjunction to use to connect these two clauses, we can mark this choice as incorrect, and mark our original answer, choice A, as our final answer.